Okay, here we go. Hi, everybody. I was taking a look at my big bag of books, and I noticed that I had a lot of storybooks, but then I had some other books that weren't really storybooks. They were books not about somebody who did and went on an adventure and figured something out and had a happy ending. They were books that were they were about real things. They were books that were going to try and teach me something. Either how to do something, I call those how-to books, like this one here. It's about painting and different techniques you can do for art using paint. So there's instructions on how to do things in different ways, all using paint. And then there were other books that were trying to just tell me about a certain subject. This one's called The Cloud Book by Tomie dePaola. And in it, if you read the book, you learn about all different kinds of clouds. It still has lots of pictures, and it's still really interesting, like a storybook. But I was thinking, there are different kinds of books. Books that are about real things are called non-fiction books. Non-fiction. Okay? And you guys know a lot of stuff. You could write a non-fiction book too. And I remember when we did my other video about making a story, we talked about a beginning, a middle, and an end. And we talked about how to really make the paper for the book. So that's what I did again. I took 5 sheets of paper. I cut it in half, so now I can make 2 stories. And I put staples at one side. 1, 2, and 1 in the middle. The first page is going to be my title. But what's going to go in the middle? If I'm going to write a book to teach people about things, what do I know a lot about? Nathan knows a lot about cars, all the different kinds of cars, and what they look like. Finley knows a lot about dinosaurs, the different kinds of dinosaurs. But what do I know a lot about? I know a lot about dogs, right? Because I have a dog. Hey, Junie, come here. And Juniper, just by having a dog in my house, it teaches me a lot of things about dogs. So I think my nonfiction book will be about dogs. Good job, Junie. You can go sit down now. You can go back to sleep. That's what she was doing. Oh no, she was chewing on her bones. Oh, that's one thing that dogs like to do. So when I write a nonfiction book about dogs, what is it people might like to know about dogs? I'm going to make a list of my ideas. I'm going to get my first thing in here, and I'm going to write dogs. A lot of you know that word already. And if you don't read yet, I'm going to put a picture of a dog here. And we can think about what we know, you can get a collar on, about dogs. So we can think about things like, what do dogs like to do? And I'm seeing Junie over there. They like to chew. Here's the doggy's teeth. Here's the doggy's nose and eyes. Okay, doggies like to chew. Okay, so there's one thing I can write. I could write a whole page on doggies like to chew. Well, what else do I know about dogs? I know what they like to eat. Besides chewing, they like to eat. And they like to eat meat. Meat. Okay? My dog eats meat that's in a can. She also eats kibble. Hey, there's another page of my book. What else do I know about dogs? They love to to go on walks. And it's very important for them to go on walks. So I can write, maybe I can do a whole page on what dogs like to do. They like to run and they like to walk. Oh, you know what else they like to do? They like to sniff. So I'll put these little lines around her nose. That can be a whole page about what dogs like to do. I think I got one more page in my book. What else? What else? Oh, how about when dogs are little, they're called puppies. So we can have a little puppy, how they get bigger and bigger, and they grow up until they can have puppies of their own. When they're little, they have these giant paws. That kind of gives you a clue about what will look like when they're all grown up. So I have what I want to put in my book. What do you think, hey, when you read a book, the most important things are first? So what do you think the most important thing is? Maybe I'll do this first, because it's kind of, that's part of the story, right? How they start out little and get bigger. So I'm going to put a number 1. And this helps me organize my ideas for when I do my book. Then what else? Oh, if you're trying to take care of a dog, maybe this is next. Okay, so that's going to be on the second page of my book. The third, if we're trying to take care of a dog and we need to know what to do with our dog, maybe this would be next. And that leaves this part last. So, I'm all ready to start my book. On the front, I'm going to put the title. And maybe my book can be all about dogs. I'm going to turn the page. And I'm going to draw my pictures about how the dog grows up. And I'm going to write my words at the bottom. And if you're writing your book, you can get one of your grown-ups in your house to write the words that go with your first page of the book. When I get my picture, it's going to look almost just like that, right? I'm going to draw that in here and write, baby dogs are called puppies. Then I'm going to write what doggies like to eat. They like to eat dog food. And then I'm going to turn the page. What do dogs like to do? What did we say? They like to run. They like to sniff. They like to go for walks. They like to sleep. That's what Junie's doing right now. They also like to chase things like squirrels. And then I've got my last page. And maybe that will be about my dog, her favorite things to do. Maybe a big picture of Juniper on my last page. And maybe I can write something like, I love my dog Juniper. And the book is done. I'll have a whole book about dogs. So, get some paper, get some ideas. You might want to have a big paper like this to sort of organize your thoughts on what's important about your subject, be it dogs, or cars, or dinosaurs, or different kinds of balls. Like Darren has an amazing ball collection. I bet he knows a lot about all the different kinds of balls there are. Okay, let's get cracking.